first task will be to look at the HTML page that we have already created so that we can see certain things that we will use with the JavaScript. But we need to look at the HTML page first. So if you open up Visual Studio Code and then click on the Open option on the front screen, or if you already have it open, just go to the File menu and down to Open Folder, and look for the top level folder which we called earlier on Vehicle Code Application, which contains our CSS folder, our HTML folder and our JavaScript folder. But we want to make sure that we click on the top level folder, Vehicle Code Application, not one of the other three, and we click Open. Then we click on the HTML folder and we double click on the vehicle quote form.html file to open it, or we double click on the HTML folder if we need to open it, and then double click on the vehicle quote form.html. So now that it's opened in our editor, we want to look at some of the elements that we put into the HTML when we were doing it, and they all have an ID. So we want to look where we see the elements with an ID of vehicle registration number, for example, age of vehicle. Just look at those and see the name, because we're going to use those names when we come to JavaScript. So they're the ones with an ID. And also identify the elements with the name, not an ID, with the name standard specification. It may also have an ID of standard specification, but I want you to look at the name standard specification. So we will be using these IDs and this name in our JavaScript code.